My eyebrows and my pores.
Okay, so this is the thing. I would recommend, since you went to keep your eyes closed because this is alcohol, and just in case and it gets any fumes, I don't want it to get into the eye. So since you went to someone to get threading, right? They removed more hairs than they needed to. So I'm tinting them so that we can establish the boundary so that I could show you what the blueprint of your eyebrow is, right? Mm-hmm. So when you leave here, and right now the tint is on them now, they look a little dark, but when I'm finished, you'll sort of have a blueprint. Like these are your brows, right? This is the blueprint and the integrity of your eyebrows. I want you to get to know the shape of your eyebrows because that way, in the future, if you do go to someone else, you'll know exactly what needs to be removed and what needs to stay, right? So if you picture your eyebrows like a garden, like a flower garden in nature, it's about keeping the flowers in the garden and only removing the weeds. And if there's little gaps in the brow, then we'll replant those flowers. And I'm doing that now with temporary tint. I can do it with permanent makeup. I can do it with a pencil, okay? Mm-hmm. So as long as you think of your eyebrows like a garden, gardens also need to be nourished, right? They need to be fed, like Miracle-Gro. So that's why I highly recommend after today, you go to CVS, to the store, to Ulta, to get Rapid Brow. I really love Rapid Brow. It has a good price point, about $35 or $40, or Grande, which I just bought. I was recently at Ulta and I got the larger one. I spent $70, but I got the large, like 4-month supply. So I'm very mindful of what things cost, right? So that's why I'm mentioning it. You said you used castor oil, and that's great because castor oil is really rich in omega-7s and 9s, and it feeds the follicle, and it really nourishes that follicle. Mm-hmm. But because you have what I call, I know I'm being dramatic when I say a little bit of trauma to your brows because she removed quite a bit.
Definitely.
We want to be a little bit more aggressive with the growth, right? Mm-hmm. So for now, I recommend the brow serum, which should be about a 3-month supply. And then after that, for maintenance, we could switch it up, and you could use castor oil, which I do as well. Like I use castor oil at times as well when I don't always want to use a chemical brow growth serum on my brows, right? Mm-hmm. And so I recommend doing the brow growth serum at least once a day, at night if possible, if not morning and night. So that's okay. You could even use Rogaine for men if you want to be really frugal because it's minoxidil, which will work great on the eyebrows, not lashes, but to sort of grow the brows. So there's a lot of different ways we could go. Now, as far as your skin, can I take the fuzz off your face?
I don't mind at all.
All my clients.
Yeah. Okay. And you said come every 6 weeks, right?
Okay, so right now we're gonna get your brows back on track. This is sort of like a health plan for your brows, right? So, whenever you want to come back, but I recommend coming back in about 6 weeks. Normally, if your brows were not so compromised, I would have you come back maybe 8 weeks, depending on your goals and if you maintain them on your own. Yeah. But I just sort of want to keep up, track of your eyebrows, the growth of the brows. Right?
Me too.
Yeah, and so after today, I'm also going to email you a brow growth book that I wrote. A guide. It's a guide. It's a guide. It's very easy to consume. Hey. And it's everything that you need to know to grow your brows. So everything we're talking about today is in that guide. Okay. So I'm going to email that to you today. It's a PDF download. You can print it out. And so if you have any questions, just text me. And so we're letting the tint sit on your brows for a few, 7-8 minutes. Okay. And so I'm taking this little peach fuzz off the face because
I have a lot of peach fuzz.
Everybody has it. Everybody has peach fuzz. All right, so getting back to your pores. Yes. So you have larger pores, and they're not actually as large as you think they are, right? So they're not that large, but I can see how they're large. You have very oily skin, which is great. Yeah. It's the best skin to age. The last thing you want is dry skin because you have a little bit of that. That's going to happen with. That's going to happen.
You're fine
with the razor. So oil keeps our skin. If you didn't have oil in the sebaceous glands, your skin would look like a tortoise shell. So oil, just think about it. Like our skin is soft and supple and it's like beautiful. Right now you're so luminous because of those oils. The problem is sometimes when there's an excessive amount of oil, we break out or it clogs our pores to the point where it's stretching out the pores. And that's what happens. Because you have such oily skin over the years, there's buildup in the pore, imagine the pore to be like a test tube stuck in the sand. So you stick a test tube in the sand, the test tube being your pore, and it just gets filled and filled and filled with oil and dirt and debris and other dead skin cells.
Yeah.
And if you don't extract it, either by facials or by using salicylic acid products, which is great because salicylic acid will flush the pores, by the way, and also infuses the pore with oxygen, which keeps the skin healthy. So when you leave here today and you're looking for the brow growth serum, I also want you to get something with salicylic acid. Just go to like the Neutrogena section, you know, the acne section of the drugstore, and whether it's a cleanser, whether it's a toner, but using salicylic acid is really great. Hey there, how are you? Oh, no, it's all good. Like, let's get the gorgeousness of.
Thank you.
Her. Gorgeous client. Okay, so I'm gonna put a little bit more right in here, the tint. This is a little bit of density fill right here. Because I was telling her, Alexa, that she went to someone, because she has very high maintenance eyebrows, and her sister is my client, her mom, they have these beautiful Middle Eastern brows. But as a result, like you can't, I want to see my clients every day, but like you can't come to me all the time and they don't live so close. So she went to someone for threading that her other sister recommended, of which she's not my client. I don't know that other sister. So for the record, you know.
We'll bring her.
It's okay. The point is they the threader threaded her hair. Now hair on the eyebrows is very temperamental. And if you've ever seen like your grandmother or an old aunt or, you know, someone mature that grew up particularly in the 70s, 80s, or 90s, they have really thin eyebrows. They have these, they succumb to these generational brow trends, right? There's you see Gwen Stefani in the 90s had these really thin brows. Eventually eyebrows don't come back. Sometimes they do. Mine came back quite a bit, but there's a lot of areas and gaps that didn't come back because I had those pencil thin brows.
Your eyebrows are amazing.
Well, right now, thank you. They look amazing to your eye because number one, I use a brow growth serum every day. I'm constantly feeding my follicle. We had the conversation a minute ago, right?
Yeah.
Number two, I put makeup on them. So on a naked brow, they're fine. I had permanent makeup in them at one time. I tattooed my own brows, and Alexa's here today so that I could freshen up her permanent makeup.
Nice.
But because I use daily retinoids, my permanent makeup has faded, and that's not a bad thing, which is a great segue and takes us back to what we were talking about earlier about your skin. So you need to be using a retinol every day. And are you using one?
No.
Okay. So the reason why I'm asking you all those probing questions earlier about your what your skin goals are, because it depends on, because you asked me if I do facials. I'm an esthetician, but I don't do facials, and the esthetician or the facialist that I'm going to recommend you to depends on what your goals are, because you have some scarring, because you've had acne in the past, right? You have very oily skin, large pores, and there are modalities that can help smooth out your skin,
tighten them
to help reduce the appearance, like chemical peels, dermabrasion,
Yeah.
other skin modalities. There's so much. We live in the best time now, right? So I have a medical esthetician that's great. She's out of a dermatologist that's nearby.
Okay.
And
Thank you.
the reason why I initially for you recommend a dermatologist is because they may have in-office modalities that a regular esthetician that's not medical may not have in her practice, right? And we'll talk all about this later. We'll weigh out what you need. What you don't need, in my opinion, is a prescription retinoid, which is prescription, right? I recommend starting out with over-the-counter retinols. And when you go later to the drugstore to get your brow growth serum, to get your, what else are you getting later? At the drugstore, you're getting your brow growth serum.
Salicylic acid
and you're getting
wash.
salicylic acid wash. You're also going to get a reputable line like L'Oreal. What are those drugstore lines like not Revlon, but L'Oreal's great. Go to L'Oreal, or even Neutrogena, since you're already there for the salicylic acid, and see and look at one of those. They're anti-aging, right? They're proactive aging lines. Get something with retinol in it, and start using that. Start leaning into it slowly. It shouldn't be that strong, but since you've never used it before, you want your skin time to adapt to it. So maybe like on a Monday and a Thursday, like start twice a week, a pea size for your face, another pea size for your neck and décolleté.
Dermatologist did actually prescribe me tretinoin, but I never used it.
Okay, so tell me about that.
Do you want me to keep going?
Tell me about that.
I don't know.
Yeah. we want conversation.
Okay, you're giving out great
And later
advice.
we're gonna get into the spicy stuff. All right, so tell me when you went to the dermatologist, when this was.
This
because of
was
your acne.
this was 3 years ago when I had active lupus, so I didn't want to put anything else in or on my body.
right.
Yeah,
But he prescribed the tretinoin because of your. Not
I had active acne.
because lupus caused your acne to flare up. Is that
Yeah,
why?
yep.
Gotcha. Okay, gotcha.
Yep.
All right. So tretinoin is really strong.
Mhm.
There's a lot of side effects like the itching, the burning, the peeling. Most people stop using it because they use too much too often, and it's just a lot of side effects. And it's just really strong. Like it's retinoic acid in its pure form, which is a vitamin A derivative. So if you already have it at home, is it still like valid, like not
Yeah,
expired?
yeah. Mhm.
Then don't waste your money. Use that, but use it the way I tell you. Yes.
Yeah.
Don't use a pea size. Use half a pea size in your palm of your hand and put a pea size of a really hydrating moisturizer. It could even be CeraVe, like it has a really thick cream, a really thick, something really emollient.
I have the Tatcha one.
Okay, whatever you like.
found
Oh,
it
that's
at
right. You like to have
I
that
found
nice-
it at TJ Maxx.
Okay. Okay, perfect. Use your Tasha, whatever you like.
Bougie on a budget.
I like it. But you want to make sure you mix them together.
Yeah.
And then you dot
Then
it
put
on
it-
your face and you apply it on wet skin. You never apply skincare on dry skin. You always want your skin to be wet with either water or spray a little toner on it. And then you do that you start once a week. Lean into it very slowly.
Okay.
Let's say Mondays or whatever day. And then after a week or two, oh, my skin's fine. Then introduce another day, like if you maybe one Monday and Wednesday or Monday and Thursday, until you're up to 5 days a week. You don't want to use a retinoic acid every day. You want to give your skin a day or two to reconstitute on its own because it's so strong, right?
Yeah.
And that's an active ingredient, right? Retinoic acid and vitamin C serums, these are active. So if you're going to go on a sun-soaked vacation, we live in South Florida or always in the sun, then you want to stay off it for 2 months for 2 weeks since we're in the summer now.
Yeah.
But because we live in the sun year round, you want to make sure that you're wearing a daily broad spectrum sunscreen. Are you wearing one?
I'm wearing a tinted one right now.
Oh, that's right. We talked about
Color
that.
sign.
And that's a good one. Look at you. And do you use it every day? Like, are you in the practice of wearing it daily? Like,
Yeah, I try to.
Okay, gotcha. Well, okay, so don't try to. When you're using a retinol or retinoid, it
Every
has
day.
to be part of your, and if you think you're someone that's going to forget, put it by your toothpaste or something that you for sure do every day. You know what I mean? You don't want to forget that because it's just, your skin becomes more sensitized. And really, the whole reason that you're investing and you're even asking me, the whole reason I even know you for eyebrows is because you want to look like the best version of yourself, right? We want to take care of ourselves and be pretty. And so by not wearing sunscreen, it's literally negating everything that you're doing because it's like, give me an analogy. It's like spending $5,000 on an outfit and you're gonna go play in the mud when it's
like-
gonna get ruined.
Brushing your teeth and not flossing.
Coming from the dentist. It's like brushing your teeth and not
And not
flossing. Yes, exactly. Thank you.
Floss.
So put it next to your floss.
Put that in.
Put it next to your floss. So don't forget to floss your teeth every day. And so put it next to your floss.
I'm dead.
100%. All right, I'm gonna put a little bit of
That's so funny.
Okay, are you allergic to tea tree?
No.
Okay, so you're not allergic to tea tree. I mixed a little bit with my concealer because there may be a little microabrasion from when I shaved your face or when I tweezed. And I'm just gonna blot that in with a little sponge. And also the concealer kind of masks any of this redness here. And it also helps me see any hairs that are hiding. All right, so I love that you're in love. So tell me, is he so into your eyebrows and your hair? Let's talk about your hair. This is the most gorgeous hair. Do you wake up in the morning and does he look at you and literally, does he get lightheaded and dizzy when he looks at you? Honestly, I bet he is.
He's this is the funniest thing. So he has really curly hair, almost afro hair,
Oh my gosh.
but he's
gonna have the most
ginger.
gorgeous kids.
He's ginger.
He's ginger? And
subtly
he's-
ginger.
And he's Colombian?
Yeah,
and
I'll show
Puerto
you.
Rican?
I'll show you a picture.
Oh my gosh. I love that.
It's not like a full blown orange ginger,
Yeah, a
but
little bit of a hint of ginger. There must
Yeah.
be a little bit of a whatever ingredient in his ethnic stew, there must maybe a little, maybe someone had an affair with someone from Ireland or something.
I think actually his grandma, on the Colombian side, is a ginger.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah.
That comes from ethnic influence. I love that. I love knowing people's like ingredients of their ethnic stew here.
Yeah. Pure blood Iraqi here.
Love it. I know. And so we're Middle Eastern sisters.
Yeah.
Do you speak Arabic? Yeah,
Aramaic.
You do, right? Aramaic. Okay,
Yeah.
gotcha.
Oh, thank you.
How do you say I love you in Aramaic?
In Aramaic?
Well, do you speak Arabic or Aramaic?
Well, so we like mix the two.
Okay.
Because since we had to move and stuff.
Yep.
Like the old version of Aramaic.
Since your family had to move, or like your culture had to move?
Like the culture.
Okay, gotcha.
Yeah, because like my whole family lives in France.
Gotcha.
So they like mix because you weren't allowed to speak Aramaic. Oh, here.
No, I just want to make sure that was.
You weren't allowed to speak Aramaic like around. Only at home.
Why? Because that's like I guess that was the language of Jesus or something. Wasn't that Jesus's language, Aramaic?
Yeah, during like Jesus's time. So it's the precursor of Hebrew.
Gotcha.
And Arabic, but
and you know this language?
Yes, but sometimes I like mix my
I'm very impressed.
Out of all the 4 siblings, I think I'm the worst. No, Catherine is.
Wow.
But I'm not that good at languages.
I'm very impressed.
But you say Hebek. The Hebek.
That's how you say
like
I
Arabic.
love you?
Yeah, it's Arabic/Aramaic.
So how do you say I love you? The Hebek?
Yes, if I'm correct.
The Hebek. It's like very heady. Like make sure you take a mint before you say it. The Hebek. Je t'aime is French, you know? Yeah, because you also have family in France. Wow.
That's also why I'm struggling finding a job, though. I don't know Spanish.
Oh, shit.
I understand a lot.
Neither do my Cuban kids.
Really?
Hello. I mean, they understand it, and they can speak it a little bit, but had this conversation the other day with a client.
I know the basic dental stuff.
Oh, shit.
¿Tienes dolor?
¿Tienes dolor?
Levanta la mano.
Levanta la mano. Floss? How do you say floss your teeth in Spanish?
I have no idea.
Ponte el floss en los dientes.
Ponte?
Ponte is put. I don't know. That's probably not a right. Put the floss in your teeth.
Is it?
Yeah.
Water peak every day. Water peak. There's ways you can communicate without saying like floss your teeth. You know why I say that? Because it reminds me when I was a kid, my aunt used to like.
Wow, they look so good.
She was so loud with my cousin. I would spend like summer sleeping at her house. My cousin is 2 years older than me, and my aunt would tell my cousin, "Brush your teeth, water peak." Basically, translated, that means brush your teeth and don't forget to use the water pick.
Fun fact: water picks do not substitute flossing.
Ah, that's what their claim is, right?
Yeah, they're saying.
I'm very hygienic with my mouth.
It's good.
I know, it's important. Okay, hold on. I am not looking at you with my head. Now, I'm putting a little rosy glow, right? And whatever's left over, and you saw me with my other client. This is just wherever you want it to be. And there's some on my glove. I don't want it to go to waste. Let's put it on your lips. You're going to see your boyfriend today, right?
No.
What?
Not today.
You have to send him a selfie. Do me a favor. Go to the bathroom right now. Send him a selfie right now and say, I miss you. And say, je t'aime. Je t'aime, my little ginger. No, that doesn't sound, that's not sexy. Don't say je t'aime, my little ginger.
He's 6 foot.
Holy shit.
Yeah.
I love tall men.
He's big
My husband's
too.
tall. My husband's tall. All right, so I'm going to put a little powder. This is the one I'm just powdering just because why not? See, I told her I hated that e.l.f. powder that my other client had, but it's okay. It's all good. I love e.l.f. I'm telling you, their bronzer's great.
You know their flawless filter or whatever it is, the e.l.f. Halo Glow?
Yes, it's great. I use it all the time.
It broke me out.
Really?
Yeah, well, I have very sensitive skin.
It could also be an ingredient in there that made you react, yeah.
I have super sensitive skin, so like I have to try it. That's why I know about so many foundations. Because I have to go and try it and then like return it.
Gotcha. Well, I mean, that's the takeaway is know what works for you because not everything works for everyone. Yeah. Which is why I love Sephora or places like that because if it doesn't work for you, you can just return it. I hate returning things, but I also hate spending $40 on something that doesn't work out for me. You know, so. Wow. The thing is, sometimes there's a tester and you can't really use it on your eyes or lips, you know, when there's a tester. So you don't really know if it works for you. Okay, so I'm just going to finish it up with a little bit of pencil. So see, right under here is where you're most compromised. Right under that arch. See how it's like this one has more density?
Yeah.
There's more hair here, right? But over here, it's sort of like I could see skin. You see that? And I did apply the tint. But the tint, there's only so far that it'll go. I could tattoo that in, but you're young. We don't need that. Right now, we're going to put a little pencil in there.
I also shaved this eyebrow when I was a kid.
Shaving only removes hair at the surface level.
Okay, gotcha.
It does not compromise the integrity of the hair.
I saw my dad shaving and I was like, wait, are we not supposed to have hair on our face?
Actually, you know what I'm going to do?
That was nice.
Really?
Yeah.
Shaving is just, it'll grow back. It keeps growing. Now, tweezing, removing it from the root.
Yeah, okay.
Tweezing, waxing, plucking, sugaring, right? Do your family sugar? Because Middle Eastern's sugar.
My mom does, but
Yeah.
I'm too scared.
Your mom was telling me, and I told your mom to bring her sugar.
I'm too scared.
I'm using a waterproof pomade on that area because you're oily. You have oily skin.
Yeah.
And these are good because they stay put and they're waterproof and they're
Thank you.
good for oily skin. Hold on, let me just blot it into my... You never just want to apply a product. You always want to blot it. And so I'm just going to put it on with a straight brush. And I'm literally just creating density right here where you need it. I'm adding flowers to the flower area, the part of the flower garden that's missing flowers, right? So that's the visual. And we did it. We tried to do it with a temporary tint. It didn't take in that area. It's okay. We can, and this one has more hair, but we still need it to be a little bit more dense. And how long does this take? This takes like 2 seconds, right? And if you apply a product like this that's waterproof, it'll last all day. The product I have on my eyebrows today is from NYX. Like, it doesn't have to be expensive, right? Like, it's just about what works for you. And oh my God, I wish we would have taken a before picture. Right?
I know. I messed up.
No, it's all right.
It's like night and day.
No worries. Now I'm just kind of like fine tuning the trimming. And so, you have any questions about the skin? You know what to do after here. You're gonna go to Target. Or Target or Walgreens. Get the brow growth serum. Get salicylic acid. And here's another little tip. When you wash your face, you want to make sure that your makeup is off. In other words, because so when you wash your face, you want to make sure that you take off your makeup first, then wash your face. So many people wash their face with their makeup. Oh, I'm washing my face. No, you're removing your makeup with your micellar water or whatever like makeup removing product you want. Then you wash your face.
Right.
So makeup removal is another category from face washing. I got a little alcohol here. Oh, close your eyes. Just in case I have a little too much pencil here. I don't want this to be so dark. I like a gradient look. And so we don't want it to be so like Sharpie marker looking. Gorge, all set.
Wow.